What's the Satroi take one
of one.
of 5?
Hope everyone's keeping okay out there. During these uncertain times, getting somewhat less uncertain. Hopefully, we've finally got a date that we're being advised to open back up on. The 29th, so that's 7 days from now, the 29th of June. So we're looking forward to that date, and came a lot faster than was initially planned. It was meant to be the 10th of August, so
10th of August, and then someone said it was pulling back to the end of July, and then bang, just like that, June 29th. And it was, I only heard on Friday morning that the announcement was being made, and then it was made on Friday evening.
Yeah.
So it kind of just came up very quick.
Absolutely. So thankfully that due to all the hard work and discipline on the part of the public, our members, etc., from doing what the government was saying, and thankfully got this scenario to reduce itself, the whole COVID situation to retreat enough that it was okay for us to open up early. So that's brilliant. Yeah. A lot of people have been on to us a lot during that time and recently, just wondering when are we opening up, just being very, very enthusiastic about getting back to some sort of normality. So that's going to be great to get back to some level of normality. We'll have to tweak things a little bit. We're still working on that. Like Pat was saying, we only got the news Friday evening, and we're only back brainstorming today, so we only really got to talk about today. We have a rough framework there for how things are going to run when we're open, but we're going to flesh it out a lot more over the coming days. It won't be too much different than the normal. We'll try to get as normal as possible, because that's what people want. Obviously we will be doing stuff in line with the advice and the guidelines from the government and best practice in some other countries opened up before us, so we can watch what they were doing, and we'll have a plan in place by Monday. But no, it's going to be great to get back to normal, isn't it?
Training, teaching. Can't wait to start teaching again. And you're seeing all the programs coming together, and
long overdue.
Yeah, everyone's dying to train. So
yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good for sure. And hopefully people made the most of their time when they weren't training. I know we were very restricted in what we could do, but I know a lot of people were doing a lot of fitness outside, doing running, exercise outside, cycling, swimming, etc. A lot of people were doing house projects, like projects in their home. We got a lot of stuff done, didn't we?
We've done a bit. Still a lot to do though, as always.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to do something that wasn't just martial arts focused once, so I suppose different.
First break we've had from martial arts, besides injury, in 30 years.
Ever really,
you know, first break like that, so it's been a bit strange. It was nice for a change, but looking forward to getting back to normal.
Yeah,
absolutely. So
more announcements towards the end of the week. Hopefully we'll have our what do you call it?
Action plan.
AP. We'll have the AP ready Thursday or Friday, and we'll be ready to go for Monday.
Yeah. It's going to be busy out. Same with the competitions. Pat picked it pretty well in advance. The comeback tournaments towards the end of
23rd of August.
Yeah, so towards the end of August.
And this week, a lot of males come in this week. So obviously, parents have seen and across the weekend, should I say? Parents have seen the announcements from the government and see that the competitions by August 23rd should be good to go. So the registration is still open on them. I think there's plus 160 or 70 adults, 150 or 60 kids, and the MMA is up. It's heading towards 100 as well. So it's going to be a really, really good big day.
Yeah. It will obviously be doing that in line with the guidelines again. I know there's some guidelines around numbers and that, so we'll tweak things where necessary to make it a success. But it's a free event if anyone out there wants to get in on it. And the idea was for people during the hard times to have something to look forward to. Obviously the opening of the gym would be the main thing to look forward to. But just to have another thing to look forward to on the back end of it when you get back to normal, or as close to normal as we can at this point in time, that you have an event to aim towards. So hopefully a lot of gyms.
You can see across the weekends a lot of gyms open, so there'll be people training, people competing, not that many closed and stuff like they thought.
A lot of people are doing behind the scenes training. You see them every now and again put up on social media stories and stuff, and you're like, okay. So a lot of people will be training, and even sure it's plenty of time until then. It's not the Mundials, you know. You don't have to be in unbelievable shape to compete, you know. It's a fun day out and a chance to get back, compete, and get back
ready for 2021. And good way to start sending it end this year, and then if the Europeans are as normal, they'll be absolutely huge.
most likely, yeah. We've got a few other events coming up towards the end of the year as well, off the back end of that. A few other things as well. Yeah, we were saying as well, similar sort of idea to those ones in August. We're going to run an event in October. It was the 17th, I believe it is?
Yeah, the 2nd.
Saturday 17th. We were lining up for a while, looking at a few different ways of doing it, but I think just the way things have been, the best way to go about it is do the non-profit open again. Yeah. And the funds from that, we were previously using them 100%, any money that was made on any profits that was made on the event going back to the athletes, usually the absolute winners, to help them towards competitions, etc., etc. This time we might do a certain amount of that, but at least half, if not more, of the money will go towards charities that were in line somewhat with the recent events that were affected by the COVID.
Maybe minority people or someone frontline or something along the line. We'll find a good charity closer to the time to give a good whatever donation we can to that, because we think it'd be a good time, October.
So the bigger the event, the more money that will go to a charity. Neither of us will make any money off it. If there's people out there that want to help out with the event, the more help the better. We'll have obviously referees, table workers, they'll be paid, and the rent or the usage rent of the hall will have to be paid, and then whatever's left, whether it's €1,000 will go to charity. If it's 10,000, it goes to charity. So whatever it is, the bigger the event, the more successful the event is, the better it is for everyone. So I think it's a no-brainer anyway.
It's a way for to give back for the community, and just the community give a little bit back, because a lot of people that went about their lives in different ways over the COVID got dragged back to front lines. Like, maybe some people that run gyms around here, we hear that they were going back, and if all you had to do was stay safe, it was pretty handy over the last 3 or 4 months,
Yeah, well, it was still a little bit tough on some people, but compared to those individuals that were on the front line, and I've heard friends of friends that had some horrible stories, that I won't even touch on them, but the amount of people is all dying, but it's for some people it was absolutely horrible scenario. So as much as possible, a good portion of the funds raised from that event will go to those people. So it's a no-brainer. Surprised no one's doing it already. Then after that we'll have the Dublin International Open towards the end of the year. So we run that at the start of every December. This will be the 8th year since we began, I think. Give or take. You still get flashbacks of the first time we went down. It was in a local venue here. We tried to always run it in Blanchardstown. The first
communication breakdown. Maybe
no, there's no communication breakdown. Your man who had the keys for the venue was on the drink the night before. You communicate that however you want. And we showed up. What time was it? 6 o'clock. So the event was starting at 9. We'd got a lot of the stuff done the night before, though, hadn't we?
Yeah, but most of it was in boxes.
Yeah, it was like the medals. And now one medal isn't that heavy. A few hundred medals.
Very heavy.
Deceivingly
heavy, because they're small boxes.
But it's metal.
We had to carry all the competition, and it was funny because as staff would show up, the load got lighter, and then at about 20 to 9 or half a.m. the key holder held up, and we got the competition going anyway. But making big plans for December's one. It's the second week, 11th, is it?
Yeah, it's the second weekend, I believe, in December. We'll have all the details.
And that's going to be a really, really good one. We're gonna, it's going to be a good one.
So a lot of stuff to look forward to, or basically try to squeeze half the whole year into the last half of the year in a way I think a lot of people are going to do, and they'll have a lot of energy as well. Very few people, like we're saying, ever take an off season from martial arts. You rarely take a break, so if you did have a chance to take a break, hopefully you just have more energy to hit the rest of the year with.
Just getting the fitness, people might find their fitness are a little bit low, and it might discourage them. And in the first couple of weeks, once you break through the first kind of 3 weeks, after that you'd be flying.
Absolutely. I think getting back into that routine, because a lot of us creatures of routine and habit, and you'd be building up good habits over a long time. You might not even realise it, how you're just in the routine every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. For example, I go down and I do my jits, and then you get out of the routine every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Maybe now you're on the cans in the house. So just make sure you don't stay in that routine. Just get back to the good parts of your routine. It's also a good chance to strip away any of the bad parts that you might have been doing prior to the lockdown. It's just a chance to reevaluate things and to get more of what you want from life, rather than it dragging you around.
Yeah.
You know, so
And the fact that people are going back to the country's kind of reopening on Monday, as
I
such.
think a lot of people have been back to normal a good while now.
The fact that people are kind of back to routine might find that easier to fall into full routine, like a little bit of work, a little bit of fitness, rather than just one or two of the others. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good summer.
Yeah, what's left of it is going to be good.
More weather. If we get another sun, whatever that was,
Yeah.
Indian summer or whatever you want to call it. If we get another one of them, that was deadly.
It was
I'm the
deadly.
most tanned I've ever been. Like,
Yeah, I finally got a bit of tan, which is sweet.
and it wasn't sunbathing either. It's just from
Anything else to touch on? We've got a lot of other projects, but I don't think now is the time to announce them. I think
specifics that
Yeah.
the word from the government that we can open up Monday. We're just touching up the last kind of hygienes and stuff and staying in line with the guidelines that we'll release Thursday, Friday, or across the weekend.
Yeah.
Everything is normal. Classes might be adjusted a little bit.
Oh yeah. There'll be some adjustments. We'll try to get as close to normal as possible, but obviously there will be some adjustments which we'll iron out 100% the details of. And it's a fluid situation, you know. Like we're ready to adjust. We've always been ready, you know. Like that's why we're trying to communicate with you guys as much as possible. Like we only got the news on Friday. We'll be ready to open within the week, no problem. If there's any adjustments to the guidelines or the advice from the government, we'll be ready to implement that immediately. You know,
we have a big facility, good staff.
Yeah.
And
we know what we're doing.
doing.
You know, not in terms of fucking fighting coronavirus or anything like that, but in terms of martial arts and
running a clean gym,
Yeah.
structured gym. We're all right there.
Absolutely.
Just about.
So I think that's more or less it for the minute. Like I was saying earlier, we have got we were busy during this lockdown. We were very busy.
It went fast, didn't it? Like,
Well, the amount of stuff we got done, of course, went fast.
Yeah.
But so there is a number of other announcements coming in relation to the gym. A lot of stuff we got done was outside of the gym as well, personal stuff.
I've been dying to show off when I do this, like absolutely dying to show them off. So at least today, we're actually just putting it up there and the phone went out of battery, so I'm going straight to do another post after we do this.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So
What it is.
We got ourselves a camera holder as well, so after I hit the video on now, I have to make my way
Make
into the
entry,
shot
so it'll be
and out of the shot and outro. So
Split
I'll leave you with
almost.
Pat for a moment.
Oh, well, I need it. Well, it's not intro, it's an outro. What's this?